In the vast expanse of the universe, there existed a vibrant galactic community teeming with advanced alien races. These civilizations had achieved remarkable feats in science, technology, and culture, and their influence stretched across countless star systems. Among them, a newcomer emerged: humanity. The humans, having only recently ventured into the cosmic realm, were seen as primitive and weak by the other alien races. Despite their rapid advancements and the establishment of a fledgling interstellar empire, the humans were constantly met with condescension and mockery from their galactic neighbors. The alien races, with their centuries of experience and superior technology, looked down upon the humans as mere upstarts. They scoffed at human achievements, dismissing them as insignificant in the grand scheme of the universe. The humans' physiology, which they perceived as frail and lacking in natural defenses, only added to the aliens' disdain. In galactic council meetings and diplomatic exchanges, the aliens openly ridiculed human representatives. They made snide remarks about human culture, questioning their intelligence and dismissing their ideas as simplistic and naive. The humans, eager to prove themselves and establish their place in the galactic community, found themselves constantly battling against the overwhelming prejudice. Yet, despite the relentless mocking and underestimation, the humans refused to be deterred. They continued to push forward, driven by an unshakable determination to carve out their own destiny among the stars. They established colonies on distant planets, forged alliances with minor alien races, and worked tirelessly to advance their own technology. However, the road ahead was fraught with challenges. The alien races, feeling threatened by humanity's rapid progress, began to actively undermine human efforts. They imposed trade restrictions, withheld crucial information, and even resorted to sabotage in an attempt to stunt human growth. As tensions between humanity and the alien races escalated, whispers of an impending conflict began to circulate throughout the galaxy. The humans, aware of their disadvantage, started to prepare for the worst, fortifying their colonies and bolstering their defenses. Little did the aliens know, however, that humanity had an ace up their sleeve. Unbeknownst to the galactic community, the humans had been secretly cultivating a relationship with an ancient and powerful race that had long since retreated into the shadows of the universe. This enigmatic ally had recognized humanity's potential and had been quietly guiding them from behind the scenes. As the galaxy teetered on the brink of war, the humans and their secret allies prepared to face the impending storm. The once mocking aliens would soon learn the true strength and resilience of humanity, and the universe would bear witness to a conflict that would reshape the very fabric of the galactic stage. With the galactic community in disarray and tensions reaching a boiling point, humanity and its covered ally braced themselves for the intense fight to determine their place in the universe and prove to the ridiculing extraterrestrial races that they are not to be underestimated. As the galactic community grew increasingly hostile towards humanity, a major conflict erupted between two powerful alien factions. The Zorgans, a militaristic empire known for their aggressive expansion, clashed with the Elysians, a technologically advanced race that valued diplomacy and trade. The war quickly escalated, engulfing multiple star systems and drawing in other alien races. The humans, despite their efforts to remain neutral, found themselves caught in the crossfire. The Zorgans, seeing an opportunity to assert their dominance and humiliate the humans further, launched a surprise invasion of human colonies. The alien forces, armed with superior weapons and technology, expected an easy conquest. Human defenses crumbled under the onslaught of the Zorgan attack. Colony after colony fell, their inhabitants either captured or forced to flee. The Zorgan commanders gloated over their victories, mocking the humans' feeble attempts at resistance. They paraded human prisoners through the streets of conquered cities, subjecting them to public ridicule and humiliation. News of the Zorgan invasion spread like wildfire across the galaxy. The other alien races watched with a mix of fascination and indifference, believing that the humans were getting what they deserved for their perceived arrogance and lack of strength. Some even secretly cheered on the Zorgans, hoping to see the humans put in their place once and for all. However, the humans refused to surrender. Even in the face of overwhelming odds, they fought back with a tenacity and determination that surprised their alien adversaries. Human soldiers, though outnumbered and outgunned, engaged in guerrilla warfare, striking at Zorgan supply lines and command centers. Human scientists worked tirelessly to develop new weapons and defenses, trying to level the playing field. Despite their valiant efforts, the human resistance began to crumble under the relentless Zorgan assault. Colony after colony fell, and the human death toll mounted. The Galactic Council, the governing body of the galactic community, remained silent, unwilling to intervene on behalf of the humans. In the midst of the chaos and despair, a glimmer of hope emerged. The humans' secret allies, who had been watching the conflict unfold from the shadows, decided that it was time to act. They had seen enough of the Zorgans' cruelty and the indifference of the other alien races. The allies knew that if humanity fell, the balance of power in the galaxy would be forever altered. The secret allies began to mobilize their forces, preparing to join the fight alongside their human friends. They had kept their existence hidden for centuries, but now they saw that the time had come to reveal themselves to the galaxy. The Allies knew that their advanced technology and powerful weapons could turn the tide of the war and give the humans a fighting chance. As the Zorgans pressed their advantage, unaware of the looming threat, the stage was set for a dramatic turning point in the conflict. The humans, beaten but not broken, gathered their remaining strength and prepared for the arrival of their secret allies. The once mocking aliens would soon face a reckoning they never saw coming, as the balance of power in the galaxy was about to shift in the most unexpected way. The fate of humanity and the future of the galactic community hung in the balance as the war entered a new and unpredictable phase, with the arrival of humanity's enigmatic allies and the promise of a battle that would be remembered for generations to come. As the Zorgan invasion pushed humanity to the brink of collapse, a glimmer of hope emerged from the depths of space. The humans' secret allies, an ancient and powerful race known as the Eldari, had been watching the conflict unfold with growing concern. For centuries, the Eldari had remained hidden, observing the younger races and guiding them from afar. The Eldari were a mysterious race, with technology and knowledge far beyond anything the galactic community had ever seen. They possessed advanced starships, powerful weapons, and a deep understanding of the universe's secrets. Yet they had chosen to remain in the shadows, content to let the other races develop on their own. However, the Eldari had always recognized humanity's potential. They saw in the humans a spark of resilience, ingenuity, and determination that set them apart from the other races. The Eldari had been quietly guiding humanity, providing subtle hints and nudges to help them advance and grow. As the Zorgan invasion threatened to extinguish that spark forever, the Eldari knew they could no longer stand idle. They had seen the cruelty and arrogance of the Zorgans, and they knew that if the humans fell, the galaxy would be forever changed for the worse. The Eldari High Council, a group of wise and ancient leaders, convened to discuss the situation. They debated the risks and benefits of intervening, knowing that revealing themselves would forever alter the balance of power in the galaxy. In the end, they'd reached a unanimous decision. The time had come to stand with their human friends. The Eldari fleet, a magnificent array of sleek and powerful starships, emerged from their hidden strongholds and set course for the embattled human colonies. The Zorgans, caught off guard by the sudden appearance of this unknown force, scrambled to respond. As the Eldari ships entered the fray, the tide of the battle began to turn. The advanced technology of the Eldari made short work of the Zorgan fleet, their weapons cutting through the enemy ships like a hot knife through butter. The human defenders, reinvigorated by the arrival of their secret allies, fought with renewed determination and courage. The Zorgan commanders, once confident in their victory, now found themselves on the defensive. They had never encountered a force like the Eldari before, and their tactics and strategies proved ineffective against the ancient race's superior technology. As news of the Eldari intervention spread across the galaxy, the other alien races watched in stunned disbelief. They had always believed the humans to be weak and insignificant, but now they saw them standing side by side with a race of unimaginable power. Many began to question their own prejudices and assumptions. On the ground, human soldiers fought alongside Eldari warriors, their combined strength pushing the Zorgans back. The Eldari shared their advanced weapons and technology with the humans, quickly leveling the playing field. Together, they retook colony after colony, liberating the humans from Zorgan oppression. The Zorgans, faced with the prospect of total defeat, became increasingly desperate. They resorted to brutal tactics, targeting civilian populations and using forbidden weapons. But the Eldari and the humans would not be deterred. They fought with a righteous fury, determined to bring an end to the Zorgan threat once and for all. As the war raged on, the Eldari began to share their knowledge with the humans, teaching them the secrets of their advanced technology. Human scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to incorporate this new knowledge into their own designs, and soon, human ships and weapons began to rival those of the Eldari. The Zorgans, once confident in their superiority, now faced a relentless force as humans and Eldari alike pushed into their territory. With the Eldari fighting alongside the humans, the war against the Zorgans took a dramatic turn. The once unbeatable alien invaders found themselves pushed back on multiple fronts, their superior technology suddenly matched by the combined might of the human-Eldari alliance. The Zorgan forces, caught off guard by this unexpected resistance, struggled to adapt to the new reality of the war. Their commanders, once arrogant and dismissive of the humans, now faced a foe that was more than capable of standing up to their might. On the front lines, human soldiers and Eldari warriors fought side by side, their combined strength proving to be more than a match for the Zorgan troops. The Eldari's advanced weapons and technology, now shared with their human allies, allowed the alliance to strike deep into Zorgan-held territory, liberating conquered worlds and freeing enslaved populations. The human commanders, once struggling to hold their ground against the Zorgan onslaught, now found themselves in a position of strength. They leveraged their newfound technological advantages and the Eldari's strategic guidance to launch daring offensives against key Zorgan strongholds. Back on Earth, human scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to integrate Eldari technology into their own designs. With access to advanced materials, propulsion systems, and weaponry, the human war machine underwent a rapid transformation. Human ships became faster, more agile, and more heavily armed, while human soldiers were equipped with state-of-the-art armor and weapons that put them on par with their Zorgan counterparts. As the tide of the war shifted in favor of the human-Eldari alliance, the other alien races began to take notice. Many who had once mocked and ridiculed the humans now found themselves reconsidering their stance. Some even began to reach out to the alliance, offering their support and resources in the fight against the Zorgans. The Zorgans, faced with a rapidly deteriorating situation, grew increasingly desperate. They resorted to even more brutal tactics, targeting civilian populations and using banned weapons in a last-ditch effort to turn the tide of the war. But the human-Eldari alliance would not be deterred. They responded with swift and decisive action, striking at the heart of the Zorgan war machine. In a daring raid, a combined force of human and Eldari special forces infiltrated a key Zorgan command center, capturing high-ranking officers and seizing vital intelligence. The information gained from this operation revealed the location of the Zorgan homeworld and the extent of their remaining forces. Armed with this knowledge, the human-Eldari alliance began to plan for a final, decisive strike against the Zorgans. They knew that defeating the Zorgans on their own turf would be a monumental challenge, but they also knew that it was the only way to bring a lasting peace to the galaxy. As the preparations for the final assault got underway, the human-Eldari alliance continued to push forward on all fronts. They liberated more worlds, recruited more allies, and strengthened their forces for the battles to come. The Zorgans, once the most feared power in the galaxy, now found themselves on the defensive, their empire crumbling around them. They knew that the human Eldari alliance was coming for them, and they knew that they would have to fight with everything they had to survive. The stage was set for a final showdown between the human Eldari alliance and the Zorgan Empire, a battle that would determine the fate of the galaxy for generations to come. The humans, once dismissed and ridiculed by the other alien races, now stood tall and proud, ready to take their place as equals among the stars. As the war against the Zorgans reached its climax, the human Eldari alliance knew that victory was within their grasp. The Zorgans, once the most powerful force in the galaxy, were now on the brink of defeat, their empire crumbling under the relentless onslaught of the Alliance forces. At the forefront of the fight were the human special forces, elite units that had been trained and equipped by the Eldari to take on the most challenging missions. These soldiers, drawn from the best and brightest of humanity, had undergone rigorous training and augmentation, their bodies and minds enhanced by Eldari technology. On the battlefield, the human special forces proved to be a force to be reckoned with. They moved with lightning speed and precision, their advanced weapons and armor allowing them to take on even the most formidable Zorgan warriors. They struck deep behind enemy lines, sabotaging supply lines, destroying key installations, and sowing chaos and confusion among the Zorgan ranks. Back on Earth and other human worlds, the scientific and engineering communities worked tirelessly to unlock the full potential of Eldari technology. With the guidance of Eldari scientists, human researchers made breakthrough after breakthrough, developing new weapons, shields, and propulsion systems that pushed the boundaries of what was possible. In the shipyards and factories, human workers labored day and night to build the ships and equipment needed to supply the growing Alliance fleet. The industrial might of humanity, now enhanced by Eldari knowledge and resources, churned out a steady stream of advanced warships, fighters, and support craft, each one a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the human spirit. As the Alliance fleet grew in size and strength, the Zorgans found themselves increasingly outmatched. Their once fearsome warships were no match for the speed and firepower of the human Eldari vessels, and their ground forces were repeatedly beaten back by the skilled and determined Alliance troops. The Zorgans, in a desperate attempt to turn the tide of the war, launched a massive counterattack against a key human colony world. They threw everything they had into the battle, determined to crush the Alliance forces and break the will of the human people. But the human Eldari alliance was ready for them. They met the Zorgan attack head-on, their ships and soldiers engaging the enemy with a ferocity and determination that stunned even the most battle-hardened Zorgan commanders. The human special forces, in particular, distinguished themselves in the fight, their lightning-fast strikes and daring maneuvers turning the tide of the battle in favor of the Alliance. As the Zorgan attack faltered and their forces began to retreat, the human Eldari alliance seized the moment and launched a massive counteroffensive of their own. They struck deep into Zorgan-held territory, their ships and troops moving with a speed and precision that left the enemy reeling. In battle after battle, the Alliance forces proved their mettle, their combined strength and determination overcoming even the most daunting odds. The human soldiers fought with a courage and tenacity that earned them the respect and admiration of their Eldari allies, while the Eldari warriors marveled at the ingenuity and adaptability of their human comrades. As the Alliance pushed deeper into Zorgan space, they began to uncover the true extent of the enemy's cruelty and oppression. They liberated world after world, freeing countless enslaved populations and exposing the Zorgans' brutal regime for all to see. With each victory, the Alliance grew stronger and more united, the bonds between human and Eldari forged in the heat of battle. And as they stood on the brink of final victory, they knew that they had not only saved humanity from destruction, but had also set the stage for a new era of cooperation and understanding between the races of the galaxy. The once ridiculed humans had proven themselves to be a force to be reckoned with, their potential unleashed by the power of unity and the strength of their indomitable spirit. With the Zorgan Empire on the brink of collapse, the human Eldari alliance prepared for the final push to victory. The Allies knew that they had to strike hard and fast before the Zorgans could regroup and mount a desperate last stand. In a secret meeting, the Eldari leaders revealed to their human counterparts a daring plan to strike at the very heart of the Zorgan war machine. They had discovered a hidden weakness in the Zorgan defenses, a vulnerability that could be exploited to deliver a crushing blow to the enemy. The plan was risky, but the rewards were too great to ignore. If successful, it would not only end the war, but also ensure that the Zorgans would never again threaten the peace and freedom of the galaxy. The human leaders, after careful consideration, agreed to the plan. They knew that it would require a massive mobilization of forces and resources, but they were confident that the alliance was up to the task. Preparations began immediately. Human and Eldari fleets gathered from across the galaxy, converging on the staging area near the Zorgan homeworld. Troops and supplies were loaded onto transport ships, while fighter squadrons and bomber wings prepared for the coming battle. As the fleets assembled, the Zorgans began to realize the magnitude of the threat they faced. They scrambled to reinforce their defenses, but it was too little, too late. The alliance had the momentum, and they were determined to see the war through to the end. On the eve of the final assault, the human and Eldari leaders addressed their forces. They spoke of the sacrifices that had been made, the battles that had been fought, and the bonds of friendship and unity that had been forged in the fires of war. They urged their troops to fight with courage and determination, to remember what they were fighting for, and to never give up, no matter how difficult the road ahead might be. As dawn broke over the Zorgan homeworld, the Alliance fleets launched their attack. Human and Eldari ships moved in formation, their weapons blazing as they clashed with the Zorgan defenders. Fighters and bombers darted through the chaos, engaging enemy craft and striking at key targets on the surface. On the ground, human and Eldari troops fought side by side, their combined strength and skill proving more than a match for the Zorgan forces. They pushed forward relentlessly, taking objective after objective, even as the enemy threw everything they had at them. The fighting was intense and brutal, with both sides suffering heavy losses, but the alliance would not be denied. They pressed on, driven by a fierce determination, to see the war through to the end. As the battle raged, the Eldari's secret plan was put into motion. A small team of elite human and Eldari operatives, equipped with the most advanced stealth technology, infiltrated the Zorgan command center. They fought their way through the defenders, planting explosives and sabotaging key systems, before making their escape just as the charges detonated. The resulting explosion was devastating, ripping through the heart of the Zorgan war machine and sending shockwaves throughout the enemy ranks. The Zorgan commanders, already reeling from the ferocity of the Alliance assault, were thrown into disarray, their chains of command severed and their troops left leaderless and demoralized. Seizing the moment, the Alliance forces redoubled their efforts, pushing forward with renewed vigor and determination. They smashed through the remaining Zorgan defenses, their ships and troops moving with a speed and precision that left the enemy unable to mount an effective counterattack. As the last pockets of Zorgan resistance were crushed and the homeworld fell to the Alliance, a cheer went up from the human and Eldari ranks. They had done it. They had won. The long and terrible war was finally over. In the aftermath of the final battle, the human Eldari alliance stood victorious over the defeated Zorgan Empire. The once mighty alien power, which had for so long terrorized and oppressed the galaxy, lay broken and humbled at the feet of those they had once ridiculed and underestimated. As the dust settled and the fires of war began to die out, the true scale of the Alliance's achievement began to sink in. They had not only saved humanity from destruction, but had also liberated countless worlds and species from the tyranny of the Zorgans. Across the galaxy, news of the Alliance's victory spread like wildfire. On planet after planet, people took to the streets to celebrate, cheering the names of the human and Eldari heroes who had fought so bravely to secure their freedom. For the humans, The victory was especially sweet. They had started the war as the laughingstock of the galaxy, dismissed and ridiculed by the other alien races. But now, they had proven themselves to be a force to be reckoned with, a people of courage, determination, and unbreakable spirit. In the days and weeks that followed, the human and Eldari leaders worked tirelessly to secure the peace they had won. They helped to establish new governments on the liberated worlds, provided aid and support to those in need, and worked to build a new galactic order based on cooperation, understanding, and mutual respect. At the same time, the Alliance began to take stock of the incredible technological and scientific advancements they had made during the war. With the help of the Eldari, human scientists and engineers had pushed the boundaries of what was possible, developing new technologies and ideas that would shape the course of galactic history for generations to come. As the galaxy began to rebuild and heal, the human-Eldari alliance only grew stronger. The bonds of friendship and trust that had been forged in the heat of battle would not be easily broken, and the two races would go on to become the closest of allies, working together to explore the wonders of the universe and to protect the peace and freedom they had fought so hard to achieve. For the humans, the war had been a turning point in their history. They had emerged from the conflict stronger, wiser, and more united than ever before. They had proven to themselves and to the galaxy that they were a people of greatness, a people who would never again be underestimated or looked down upon. As the years passed and the memories of the war began to fade, the humans and Eldari continued to stand together, a shining example of what could be achieved when different races and cultures put aside their differences and worked towards a common goal. And though the galaxy would face many more challenges and threats in the years to come, the human-Eldari alliance would always be there to meet them head-on, ready to fight for the ideals of peace, freedom, and justice that they held so dear. For the once ridiculed humans, the war had been a crucible, a trial by fire that had forged them into something greater than they had ever been before. And as they looked to the future, they knew that they would never again be the same, that they had earned their place among the stars, and that they would always be ready to stand up and fight for what was right, no matter the cost.